Samuel was 12 years old the day he asked his mother a question that she never forgot. They were sitting at the kitchen table, a small table in a small apartment, the kind of apartment where you could hear the neighbors through the walls and the radiator clicked all night. His mother, Grace, was counting bills. Carefully, deliberately, the way people count money when every note matters. Samuel watched her for a long time without speaking. Then he said quietly, "Mama, why do some people have so much and we never have enough?" Grace stopped counting. She looked at her son, this serious, wide-eyed boy, and she made a decision in that moment. She was not going to give him a simple answer. Because the question deserved more than that. She pulled out a chair, sat down properly, and began to teach him something that no school had ever taught her. Section 1, What Money Actually Is. Grace placed one note on the table between them. She said, "Samuel, most people spend their whole lives chasing this. But very few people ever stop to understand what it actually is. Money is not the goal. Money is a result. It is the result of value created, of problems solved, of skills developed and offered to the world in a way the world is willing to pay for. The people who have the most of it, the ones who built it and kept it, are not the ones who chased it hardest. They are the ones who understood what it responds to. Money responds to value. It flows toward the person who solves the most problems for the most people." Grace looked at Samuel and said, "Stop asking how to get money. Start asking how to become someone worth paying." Section 2, The Lesson Behind the Lesson. Samuel didn't fully understand that night. He was 12. But Grace kept teaching. Every Saturday morning she would sit with him at that same kitchen table and they would talk. About skills. About discipline. About the difference between working for money and making money work. She taught him that a job trades time for money. And time is the one thing you can never get back. She taught him that real financial freedom comes when what you know and what you build earns while you rest. She taught him that the greatest investment he would ever make was not in a stock or a property, it was in his own mind. His own skills. His own ability to see problems and create solutions. And she taught him something else, something quiet and important. She said, "Samuel, the world will always pay well for excellence. But excellence takes longer than people are willing to wait. That is why most people never get there. You must be willing to wait." Samuel is 31 years old now. He built something from nothing. Not overnight. Not without struggle. But steadily, the way his mother taught him. With patience, with skill, with a deep understanding that money was never the point. The point was becoming someone capable. Someone excellent. Someone who creates genuine value in the world and allows the reward to follow naturally. He still has that small kitchen table. He kept it. Because every time he sits at it, he remembers a woman counting bills carefully in a small apartment. And he remembers what she chose to do with that moment. She chose to teach instead of complain. She chose to equip instead of despair. And that, more than any strategy, more than any investment, more than any opportunity, is what changed everything. The art of making money is not really about money at all. It is about becoming. It is about building something inside yourself that the world cannot help but respond to. Start there. Build there. And everything else will follow. If Grace's lesson spoke to something in you, share this today. Someone in your life needs to hear it. Words of wisdom, where real things are spoken. Subscribe and stay close. Take care of yourself. And go build something worth paying for.